Hey everybody, it's Mark, Dr. Deadwax, and I'm back for day 6 of the Inbox Challenge. Um Today's records were picked by Stefan73, and he picked 3 numbers, and I'm going to do all 3, of course, and no beer review today. So first up is Mose Allison, Lessons in Living. This was recorded live at the Montreal Jazz Festival, July 21st, 1982. And the players on this are Mose Allison, Jack Bruce, Billy Cobham, Lou Donaldson, and Eric Gale. Pretty stellar lineup of highly competent musicians. I picked it up because of the lineup. I thought, like I love Lou Donaldson, Cobham, fantastic, Jack Bruce. Even Eric Gale can be good sometimes, but I have to say I'm still not a fan of Mose Allison. It just didn't work for me. One of the interesting things about this record is it's on the, is that going to focus? There. It's on the Electra Musician label, which I'll show. Now this is a label that kind of was created to give artists some freedom to kind of do what they wanted to do. And, hell, that's something that is awesome, and, I would be highly supportive of. And I've bought half dozen, maybe more titles on this label, and honestly, I've yet to hear one that I liked. I think it could just be the period, that early 80s period, but I had the Eric Gale one. That one wasn't very good. Had the Tom Scott one, and that's just schmaltzy, smooth jazz. So it could be more a factor of the time than, or it could just be, than the label. But just it had such promise with this concept of, come record something for an electric musician and do what you want to do. So I'm still buying them. I'm still hoping to find the gems on the label. I have probably another half dozen of them in the boxes. I mean, this was $1, so you can find these electric musician labels in the dollar bin all the time. I have one with I forgot the guy's name, but guitar player. So I'm looking forward to digging that one out eventually. And it has the whole printed inner, and it has even a tip-in sheet in which there's some more advertising. And on the back, the artists have all signed here and begged you not to take part in home taping because they're dying. So home taping is killing the VC. So musically, not that interesting. Deadwax-wise, this is actually quite an interesting record. First up, I don't know. I mean, I wish I could find a way to actually show these Deadwax inscriptions. But there it says mastered by Capital. Oh, you can see it. There it says mastered by Capital, and next to it is Wally. And that's, I've talked about Wally before. That's Wally Trojan, and he is a fantastic mastering engineer. I always mention that if you're looking for Beatles pressings and you don't want to buy early Beatles pressings, you want to buy cheap Beatles pressings that sound really good, look for the Wally Troget. Beatles pressings on the purple Capital labels, you can usually pick them up for $8 or $10, and they're considered by most people to be the best sounding things once you get out of tube cut early Beatles records. So that's interesting to see that. And then let's see if I can show you the other thing on here. You can kind of see it there. Is it going to come in ever or no? 'Specialty Records Corp. is where the record was made. And the logo is an S. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's an S, and in the top loop of the S is an R, and in the bottom loop of the S is a C. And that stands for Specialty Records Corporation. And they were out of Allison, Pennsylvania, and they were a pressing plant. So, and they also mastered plates, but for some reason this plate was mastered by Capitol. And I'm not quite sure what the connection is with the plate being mastered by Capitol and this being on Electro Musician, which was a division of WIA. So I don't know if they were all, you know, in bed with each other by 1982, because eventually these things just spiraled down into like one big massive company that Time Warner owned. So SRC, if you see records with the, it's like a big S with the R in the top and the C in the bottom of the loop of the S. That's a really good pressing plant, and you know, you look for that on both sides of the label, so you're pretty well guaranteed that you've got something that's a matched pair of plates. And SRC was a pretty competent place. They did a lot of classic rock recordings in the 70s and 80s. So keep your eye out for SRC. One of the better pressing plants. Not the best, but one of the better ones. Next is the Cake on Decca. So the Cake were an all-girl band from the late 60s, I think this is 1967, who, three-piece, three girls. There's the label on Decca. So you can see you can actually see the matrix code there. And Decca is one of the labels I know almost next to nothing about, so I can't really wax poetic about the thing. So the Cake, three female vocalists, Blue-Eyed Soul. Some people classify them as pop psychs. Some people classify them as baroque pop. They actually sang covers of other people's music, but they actually sang songs that they wrote themselves. They did 2 albums, The Cake and I think More Cake was the second one. I think when they split up, 2 of the performers went on to perform with Dr. John, who was a studio musician on this record. What can I say? If you like that, you know, girl vocal group, slightly Phil Spector, Wall of Sound, Blue-Eyed Soul, baroque psych pop, just kind of sound, I think you'll like this. It was okay. It was actually better than I thought it would be. I bought it because it was interesting. It was, you know, 97 cents. It was a girl group. I didn't know what it was going to be, but it was certainly going to be different than most of the girl group stuff I've seen in my travels. So, pretty good record. I'm not sure it'll get a lot of spins. So, and finally is Camel Rain Dances. So, yeah, that was 97 cents. So here I am, $2 in today. Camel Rain Dances, and this is Camel from 1977. This is a VCLT from Zach Zekik, and I think he paid $3 for it, and it's in VG Plus condition. And whoever this seller is who grades records like this at VG Plus is an awesome seller, because this record is near mint. So this is what I think a VG Plus really should be, which is an almost near mint record with, you know, one minor issue, and I'm still looking for the one minor issue on this. I would have been more inclined to grade this as near mint, but So this is on the Janus label. Camel Rain Dances. And this Janus at that time was a division of GRT. There, now you can see it. And you can see the deadwax there. And also in the deadwax, I thought there was actually a signature, but it actually is just whoever did the plates inscribed by hand in cursive GRT 1 and GRT 2. Yeah, I bought a bunch of records from different sellers and stuff, and I was getting them shipped to Zach, and he was like putting them all together to mail them off to me in one big parcel to save me like lots of international shipping and stuff. And when he sent me the parcel, he threw in a couple of pieces of BCLT, and this was one of them. It also comes with a cardboard inner. At this point in time, Richard Sinclair had joined Camel, and Richard Sinclair was in Caravan at the very beginning. Also of note on this album is on the song Elkie, Brian Eno performs. Mini Moog, electronic and acoustic piano, random notes, and bells. Mel Collins is also on this record, playing alto saxophone. He played with King Crimson, and I saw him play with Clannad on the Sirius tour. He's a fantastic saxophone player, and he really has his own sound. If you get to know what he sounds like, you can hear him on things that you don't know he's on. He's very unique. What can I say about the music? It's really good. It's 1977, so it's not. I don't think it's as good as the first two Camel albums. The one with the camel that's a train in green coming out, or the second Camel album, Mirage. I think those two are awesome. However, for 1977 progressive rock, this is better than a lot of the more, how would you say, mainstream or well-known progressive rock bands. This is better music than some of them were doing in 1977. It's a little more pop electronic, more synthesizer, less Mellotron, Moog kind of stuff, but an excellent record, and I can highly recommend this, and you should be able to pick this up cheap. And this is, you know, Camel is just such a fantastic band. So thanks, Zach. I really appreciate it. It's a great record. So those are the three today. The Mose Allison is leaving my life post haste. The cake will stick around for a little while. I don't know. That'll probably leave too. And the Camel's going to stay for sure. It's a beautiful, clean copy, and it's fantastic music. So, but if you're looking for Camel, grab Mirage and the first one first, if you can. If you can't, grab that, because I mean those are usually a bit more. So, anyway, that's it for today. Have a great day and keep the record spinning.